was gonna clean my room until I got high. I was gonna get up and find the broom, but then I got high.
Hey everyone, welcome to the Not So Legal Show. We're still counting down the holidays here, and I've learned that a few people like to smoke marijuana to get them into the holiday spirit. So I went out and interviewed an attorney that focuses on marijuana issues and criminal defense work. I've got that and the best hip-hop lyric next on the Not So Legal Show.
We do mostly criminal defense, but we also do civil litigation, including trademark and employment discrimination.
Everyone always writes in and asks me questions about, is marijuana legal? What are the rules around that? What's sort of your general, what do you tell people?
Okay, well, we can swear, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I would start, the best description from someone who speaks for the State Bar of California on the medical marijuana law is that it's a fucking mess. Basically what the story is that it's very clear the law allows you to use marijuana for personal use, to cultivate marijuana for personal use. And the law also allows people to even cultivate as groups. So you have a medical marijuana recommendation from a doctor, and you can actually cultivate with your friend or cultivate for your friend. Or many friends, and it's actually limitless. And the only thing that law says in terms of like the jury instruction, you know, and what it is it has to be an amount reasonable for your medical needs. And this is where part of the litigation comes in.
Okay, so if I want to start a dispensary tomorrow, what am I doing? How do I get it set up? And is it easy? I mean, could I just say Stephanie Cohen dispensary tomorrow? And I get one?
The first thing to know as a lawyer that if you start, in my opinion, explaining to people how to set up a dispensary and actually pulling permits for them, you're committing a federal violation yourself. Okay. So interesting to say that I don't really advise people individually on how to do that. Okay. And there have been lawyers actually indicted in federal court, which is really scary.
If someone wants to start a medical dispensary, is that difficult to do? Or I know you can't advise someone on that, but
difficult to do? Not really. I mean, if you can get a landlord to rent a space to you, and be a medical marijuana club, you can just like open your doors right then and there, and you're just like, you know, waiting till, I guess, you know, you're doing it until the police come.
So let's say someone has a medical marijuana license, they're driving, they're speeding, they get pulled over, and their car smells like weed, and they do a search, and they do have their license. Will it be, okay, they'll just give him the ticket and let him off?
Usually in that scenario, if it's like less than an ounce, they will charge them still with like maybe a DUI marijuana.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Even if they have the license?
Yeah, because it's a license doesn't mean you can't be driving under the influence. But those are hard cases for the district attorney because marijuana stays in your system a long time. You know, there are studies that suggest that chronic marijuana smokers can still drive safely, you know. So I've never even had to try a case like that. If you have, let's say, more than an ounce or your ounce is packaged in multiple containers, they're still going to charge you with transportation and possession for sale. And yeah, and this is like the dirty secret of the system. We have courts closing down in California. Beverly Hills Court's about to close.
Really?
All over California. Courtrooms losing their staff. Yeah. And they're closing down dispensaries and yet at the same time wasting resources on prosecuting these cases. But it's not something that's advertised. It's like the dirty secret of the system. The dirty secret that costs $16,000 a day in trial expenses for the system. My first call of the day might be like someone transporting 15 pounds, somebody transporting 15 ounces of marijuana, somebody who got caught in a hotel room with, you know, 8 bags of heroin, someone who was buying heroin in a parking lot of a department store. I don't believe anybody should be, I don't think that selling or doing any type of drug should be a violation of any criminal offense. So Because I believe that we have an inalienable right to alter our consciousness. We have the right to freedom of speech under the First Amendment, premised upon being able to freely think. And I know very confidently that the founders of our country would be shocked that, of course, these were where people were also allowed slavery, but they would be shocked by the idea of the very paper upon which our Constitution is written is now criminalized. I believe that it's inherently illegal and a violation of the Bill of Rights to actually not to regulate drugs, but to deny people drugs and to also make it a criminal issue as opposed to like a civil strict liability issue. You could say you're not doing anything, but if you're going to do, okay, what you're allowed to not do while still not losing your driver's license is you're allowed to refuse the preliminary alcohol screening on the street and the field sobriety test, like walking in a line and all that. However, under the law, you're required to take either a breath or blood or urine, depending on whether they think you're guilty of a DUI, drugs, or alcohol. If you refuse to take one of those tests, then you'll lose your license automatically for a year. Now, we've won those from the DMV, but you can still defend yourself in court. If you win your DUI trial, that can reverse the DMV's ruling.
So hopefully you've learned a bit about some legal issues that come up with the use of marijuana. I am going to have Allison on some episodes in the months coming ahead, so definitely email me, send me a message on Twitter, and I will make sure we get those questions answered. Now it's time for the best hip-hop lyric, and we will continue on with profiling the hip-hop songs that all get us in the holiday spirit. Now I have to tell you, if you're wondering if my husband stopped listening to holiday music, he hasn't. We were in the car, and a Richard Marx version of Silent Night or Deck the Halls, one of the two, came up. So I will continue on this mission to promote hip-hop holiday music.
You better watch out, you better not cry, you better not pout, I'm telling you why. Santa Claus is coming to town.
On that note, we've got to talk about Ludachristmas by Ludacris. Again, does that get you in the holiday spirit or what? That's it for now. Always remember to honor your power and stay tuned for the next holiday posting. How long have you been? Oh, we have a visitor. Hold on, we have to pause. Hi. Is he your client?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so maybe I can like say something. Okay.
Everyone should watch the Not So Legal show.
Who is your favorite hip hop artist?
Oh, you told me about that. That's hard. I'm like more into old music. Tupac is my favorite hip hop artist.